Which I think I did. I went to the room. I did. But I went with the intentions to have the difficult conversation that I had been wanting to have, you know. So I knock on the door. And to be honest, when the door opened, I should have turned right back around and went to my room. And I say that because when he opened the door in a towel. But I went in because I'm like, I don't know what you thought this was about to be, but I'm about to show you what it's not going to be. So I walk past the bed and I go to the chair in the corner. I sat in the chair in the corner. So he proceeds to start talking. He was like, I really just called you to my room because I really wanted to talk to you. He's like, I really wanted to apologize how things went down between us or whatever. You were a really good person. I don't want to lose your friendship, but I really, really know that I owe you an apology. And at the time, like, I felt myself about to well up with tears because, like, what took you so long to say this? And I asked him, like, what took you so long to finally tell me this? He was like, I was just waiting for the fire to die down because, like, I could see in your eyes that you was mad. And I just was trying to wait for the right time to talk to you, which I kind of feel was some bull crap because if you know you wrong, I don't care if I was fiery or not. You know that I deserve an apology. You know that I didn't deserve the fuck shit that you did. So whatever. So at this point, I'm sitting in the chair and he's getting dressed. Mind you, he's ass naked and he's getting dressed in front of me, but I'm not even here for that. And plus, like I told him, it ain't nothing I ain't never seen before because he apologized. I'm like, sorry, like I'm doing all this in front of you. And I'm like, ain't nothing I ain't never seen before. I'm not here for that. So he proceeds to still tell me how much he apologizes and he never wants me to feel like I come second to anybody and I didn't deserve that. And he was apologizing for the way that I found out things and all that, because if you don't remember, I said that when we were at a place with our friend group, there were some guys who came in congratulating him on getting married. He was not engaged yet. I guess he had talked to them about thinking about popping the question and they had had conversations about marriage and he probably confided into them. So they were like, being that he's talking about marriage, they probably was like, okay, you about to get married or whatever. I guess he had them under the impression that he was about to, but he had not popped the question yet. Keep that in mind. So back to the conversation. So he goes on to continuously apologize to me. And he never meant to make me feel the way that I did or whatever. And we kind of talked about the situation, how I found out, and I was just letting him know, like, this is how you made me feel. And you had me all the way f***ed up, okay? He's like, man, yeah, I know, like, I'm so sorry and stuff like that. Like, it felt sincere, but on the other, you know how you got the good person and the bad person here, and this person is trying to convince you to fall for it, like, ooh, and be putty in his hand all over again. But this one over here is like, it's still a motive behind his madness right now. So stay on guard, uphold your boundaries, and don't fall for the bullshit because I can smell it. So at this time, he's all the way dressed and he's getting his things together as far as like his bags and stuff and, getting his stuff together. So we still talking. I'm still sitting in the chair in the corner and he just goes on to like keep telling me how he really valued the friendship we have and, the conversations we had and all of that. And I didn't deserve that. So then he proceeds to walk over to me. Again, I'm sitting in the chair in the corner. He puts his hands on the handles of the chair and kisses on my face and is all by my ears like I didn't want to ruin our friendship and all that. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? I kind of like push him back or whatever, and he sits on the bed across from me. I'm sitting in the chair and now he's sitting on the bed and he's facing me. So he's got this little sad puppy dog look on his face as we're talking. And me, being though I know that there is still a soft spot, I'm not even trying to look at you. Like periodically I'll glance over at you because when I'm having a conversation, I like to give you eye contact. But I know I can't give you that right now because there's still a soft spot and you or somebody else's. I don't fool with nobody else's stuff, okay? And now I'm starting to like beat myself up because I'm like, bitch, why did you even come to this room? Because now I'm starting to feel like it's about to be some bullshit. I'm really, really like, discernment is kind of kicking in, but I kind of ignored it at first when I shouldn't have, because if I didn't ignore it, I never would have even came to the room. Like at this point, you or somebody else's, we can have this conversation over a phone call, FaceTime, or whatever like that. So I started feeling bad that I even put myself in that situation. When you know better, you do better. I know better now. But anyway, and I happen to look over at him, and like I said, he's got this little sad puppy dog look on his face. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? And he's like, I could be better. So I'm like, what would make it better? He's like, I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna say. So I'm like, we're grown. Just say it. Like, what would make you better? I can't even lie. I do miss stroking you. Child. So at this point, I'm rolling my eyes in the back of my head because I'm like, damn it, I should have known. So now I'm sitting here feeling like, so what you saying is you called me up here to fake apologize and make me feel soft for you and make me feel like I used to feel, and your motive was just to try to sleep with me again. So I changed the subject and I start asking questions about, his person. So I'm like, well, congratulations to you or whatever. I'm glad you're happy or whatever. And I'm like, so when are you getting married? And he was like, ain't no date or whatever. We just talked about it, and she don't want no big wedding. She not like that and all that. She not the materialistic type. Just telling me little odds and ends. But he still has this little look on his face, and I'm like, what is wrong? And he says it again about I could be better. And I knew where he was getting at, and I straight came out and said it without even thinking. If this is who you chose, you shouldn't be craving anything else. And if you craving something else from somebody else, maybe you need to go back and reevaluate why you chose her in the first place. So he put his head down, whatever that meant. He was like, you right. But it still didn't stop him from continuously going into what he missed about me and what we used to do and all this type of stuff. So at this point, homeboy is under the sheets and covers in the bed. So I'm like, you know what? You got to get up early or whatever so you can go home and just walk me out. So he gets up and we walk over to the door. But when he opens up the door for me, he turns to me to hug me. And I already know what time it is. I know you. So I hug him and I turn my head to the left and put my head down. And he's still holding on to me. And he's like, look at me. And in my mind, I'm like, no. And I told him the same thing. I said, no, because I already know if I turn and look up at you, you're going to kiss me. And then this is going to turn into something else. And I can't do that to her. Like I straight told him, I don't want nobody to be with mine when I'm not around. So listen, I can't do that. That would be heavily on my conscience. So I let go of him and I went on and walked off about my business. So he's hanging out the door and I'm like, which way is the elevator? He was like, looking, you know how the dudes that hang out the door, and he looking at me walk away. Like, if you don't want to get on the elevator, you can come back in here. I said, nope, I'm going to my own room. Good night. So I keep walking. I turn around. He's still sitting there looking. I kept walking, got on the elevator, and I went back to my own room. And to be honest, as hard as it was, I was very proud of myself because, no, I'm not messing with nobody's man. No. This is the last and final part. All right, so I get to my room. I talk to my mom again. Now, by now, it's like 3 a.m., so I'm talking to my mama or whatever, because, anybody that's been following me knows that I'm real tight with my mom, and I talk to my mom about everything. So my mama had met him, and my mama knew kind of sort of the situation, not leading up to now, but she's met him. She thinks he's cute, and she thinks like he's a sweetheart, because, he was a nice guy. So after I talk to my mom or whatever, I go to sleep. I get up like 7, 8 a.m. and I go on and drive home the next day. So the next day, like he's talking to me, he's texting me constantly and stuff. And I'm like, okay. But all right. I guess you feel that since you garnered this apology or whatever, that we like that now. Our guess a friendship or whatever. I don't freaking know. But some mishaps for him had happened on the way home. So I'm the be safe, let me know when you got home kind of person. It don't matter who you are. That's just who I am. So I'm like, well, be safe. Keep me posted. Let me know you got home safe or whatever. And whoop-de-whoop. And that was just the end of that. So I really honestly want to say he kind of texts me almost half the day. Just keeping me updated to let me know what's going on and stuff like that. And then when he finally got home, he was like, I made it home. I'm like, okay, cool. So that was the end of that. So I go on about my business and I go see my mama. So fast forward, I'm at my mama's house. So me and my mom is chopping it up, chilling and all this type of stuff. And all of a sudden he FaceTimes me. So he FaceTimes me and I let my mom know who it is. And she just like, you gonna answer? So I answer it because I'm like, I don't know what you want. What's the purpose of your call? So I'm gonna see what you want. So I answer it and I turn the phone around to my mom. And he's on the other end. He's like, hi, mom, to my mom. And she's waving back or whatever because, like, my mom, she stays out of my business. She'll give me advice, and it's up to me to do what I want with it. But other than that, she don't get in my business. She don't, oh, well, I told you so. You shouldn't do this or this or this. She gives me the advice and let me do what I want with it. So my mama is waving or whatever. So he and I engaged in a conversation, which he was with a friend of his and they were creating at the time. So upon him introducing me to this friend, he's like gassing me up. Like, this is Arlisha. She's an incredible person. She's an amazing artist. She cool. She can sing. She can this and this and this. I'm like gassing me up and I'm like, what? And they're creating something and he wanted me to hear it. So I guess that's what he called me for. I don't know, but so I'm listening to their creation. Sounds amazing or whatever. And that's pretty much all the conversation was. And we got off the phone. Now this is where the story gets a little more interesting. So from part 1 to part 13, y'all know that this whole entire situation was going on for about a little year and some change. And there was time spent, time invested, among other things. I find out that you've been doing this same thing with somebody else for the same amount of time you've been talking to me. We keep having to see each other or whatever, which, listen, I'm the type of person, I can be around you. It doesn't really bother me, especially when I get to a place where I really have thought about it. I know that I came with pure intentions. Whatever you did, you have to answer for that because I know I'm a damn good friend. I'm a damn good woman. I'm a damn good person. So my absence and you having no access to me is going to hurt you enough. I don't have to do anything. People are great pretenders these days, but I am not one of them. And he knew this. So I'm like, I'm cool coexisting. Like, this situation is water under the bridge for me now because I know what's truly for me won't miss me. So I'm moving forward. So I lie to y'all not. I done told y'all we just had the conversation. You just apologized to me, but yet you tried to sleep with me at the same time. I lied to y'all not. Then the next day, we have the FaceTime conversation. You hi mom to my mom and all this type of stuff. Now, remember when I told you to keep it in the back of your mental Rolodex that even though when some people in our friend group was congratulating him on marriage, he had not popped the question yet. They were talking about it, but he had not popped the question yet. I lie to y'all not. About 5 days later, I go on Instagram and what do I see? I see the video where he is sliding a ring on this woman's finger. I'm like, but you was just trying to get in my drawers. Like, what? I had to woo-sigh all over again because I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, sir? So now I'm feeling twice as bad because I'm like, number one, I'm sitting here talking to you again and I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt thinking that you was really sorry when no, you really wasn't. You just trying to see if you could still get in there. Like, get in there, you know what I mean? Then I'm like, not only that, you disrespected the fuck out of me and I didn't realize it at that time. You know, sometimes we're the people that it's not until after a situation that we really sit down and ponder on the situation. It's like, you know what? You had me fucked up. We don't realize it at the time, but after the fact we do. And that's my little light bulb went off. So what's that sound Shamar got? You ain't my friend. You is my enemy. That's how I'm feeling right now. So I'm sitting here like, not only do you have me fucked up as this so-called amazing friend that you keep telling people that I am, you also got this young lady messed up. You've been lying to me. You lying to her too. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Because I promise you, I bet she don't know what you've been doing. I'm sitting here like, yo, are you freaking kidding me? And I showed it to my mom, and my mom is like, are you kidding me? Like, he was just in your face. Like, what in the world? Like, my mom was more pissed than I was. And it's crazy because after that was posted, then I noticed he was still in my stories. And my discernment already told me, like, sis, he just in your stories because he's trying to see if you gonna post something, if you gonna post something subliminal, or if you gonna say something. I didn't say anything. But I just want to say I thank God that I'm the person that I am. I'm not vindictive. I'm not out here for no revenge or no get back. Because I'm like, listen, if I was one of them ones, baby, I got screenshots, I got text messages, I got DMs that I could gladly send to this young lady. You got her tagged, her page is right here. But why? All that for what? And then I don't want to hurt her. Just like things was revealed to me, I'll let it be revealed to her. Because a lot of these women, when they in love and they think whatever is for them, you can't tell them nothing. And I'm tired of trying to warn people. Listen, I done dated people before. I try to warn them about what I dealt with, and they thought it was funny until they have to go through it. So sis, you learn on your own. I ain't here to tell nobody nothing. I had to learn. You do too. And if you pray hard enough, the Lord will expose what needs to be exposed. I ain't got to say nothing. But yeah, that was Musical Monstrosity, and to this day that gentleman still follows me. That gentleman, just on my birthday, like a week and a half ago, text wishing me a happy birthday and all that. Like, I don't communicate with him. I don't bother him. If there is any level of communication between us, it's because he initiated it. I leave him alone. I don't say nothing. Like, nothing. Beyond a hi, if I happen to see him, I don't have anything to say. So for the people that are always asking, Arlisha, why are you still single? Baby, listen, the answer is simple. Because you always gonna get that 30 to 60 day free trial, amazing representative that shows up. But baby, after that trial is over, you get evil fucking Knievel, and I ain't got time. And plus, I want somebody that's gonna be about me to my face and behind my back. Cause baby, look, these hoes ain't loyal, and I don't got time for none of them.